This is Instant Miracles.
Let's hear what Mazvita has to say about her situation.
My name is Mazvita Mutsaura. I'm 25 years old. In 2013, 21st of October, I had an acute pain in my lower abdomen. The pain was undefined, just not specific, just not located at a specific location, but it was just my lower abdomen. And I was at work around about 4 p.m. The pain got intense and I couldn't walk. So the pain was now localized to my right. So my right was inflamed, I could not walk. So I had to be taken to the hospital with a wheelchair because I couldn't stand up. I couldn't walk. There was pain in my joints, in my right hip and in my left. So when I went to the doctor had diagnosed acute appendicitis. So they required ultrasound scan to detect what problem it could have been. So when my first, the radiographer also diagnosed the same assumption as the doctor had made, that it was an appendicitis. The radiographer also, the scan showed that I had a swelling on my right side that could have been an appendix. And from the radiographer's report, it was an acute appendicitis, and the appendix was swollen and it needed immediate removal. That is immediate surgery. So during that time, I had to look for a surgeon, the surgeon who was available to do the operation on me. So on the 20th, that was the 21st of October. So I was ferried to hospital, to one of the hospitals in Blawayo, and the surgeon was looked for. So the operation was carried out, and the appendix was removed. After surgery, I was getting married customarily married on the 26th of October. And all of this started to happen the week that I was planning to come back to Harare for my customary marriage. I was in the hospital. I really wanted to get married that same weekend. I didn't want to postpone. I had to pretend that I was fine. So they discharged me earlier because I was showing signs that I was fit. So I was discharged out of hospital. And during the evening of this 24th, my stomach started to swell. It felt like I was a woman who was 9 months pregnant. And it was actually threatening to open the incision, the operation. So the stomach started to swell and I was in pain and I couldn't walk. The pain kept on going and it was increasing. And the intensity would vary from the right side to the left side. From the 27th, I actually had to have a doctor who would come and give me injections, pain injections at home. So the pain kept on increasing and increasing. And now it had shifted from my right side and localized on my left side. And I was also hospitalized during that time at Baines Hospital. And apparently because they had no history of what I was going through, they assumed because I'd been taking too many painkillers because of the pain, they thought I was developing a drug addiction, a dependence to painkillers. However, I would try to explain that it was not because I'm not healed, but it is because the pain is increasing and it was very intense and I couldn't walk. So another scan and full abdominal scan was done on me. And then that's when I was diagnosed with cystitis, that I had cysts, ovarian cysts on my right side. And also on my left side, they were small ovarian cysts. So the problem, they assumed that probably the reason why I'm still in pain is because of the cysts. That when they turn, they also cause a lot of discomfort and to the abdomen. So after the radiographer's reports, I flew back to Bulawayo because traveling by road I couldn't, because if I sit too much for many hours on the plane, I would put pressure on the operation side and on the abdomen, and I would also be in the hospital as well. That's when I was informed that the first operation was a misdiagnosis and that my appendix was normal. My result reports and my blood reports also noted that I was clear of appendicitis and I had no appendicitis. So the question was now to find where the pain was coming from. But still we could not also locate what was the reason, the cause for the pain. When I came back from Blawayo, I looked for another physician, and this physician was also not sure where the pain was coming from, and they had said that the cyst would rupture within probably a week. But still the cyst did not rupture and the pain increased in its intensity. I could not walk. It also compromised my work. I could not sit for long hours. I could not walk properly. So my life was not longer normal. I developed insomnia. I couldn't sleep. The moment I tried to sleep, I would wake up probably at 12 midnight. Because of the pain, it would also increase during that time. And I had loss of appetite, loss of self-esteem, and loss of hope. I was actually hopeless because I did not really know what I was suffering with. I would go from one physician, from one surgeon to another. Still, they would also require further tests to try and see, to localize where the pain was really coming from. The last surgeon he came clean and he said he was not too sure, but it seemed that my pelvis area from the left and the left hip was inflamed, and there could have been a mass that was growing there, a lump that was growing there that was causing much of this pain, the severe pain. And it also, after the scan, I would also require surgery to remove the mass that was developing on my hip and my pelvis side, on the left side. The surgeon had actually wanted an urgent CT scan and pelvis and abdomen scan so that he would work on my surgery as soon as possible. Then that Friday, I had just given up. I phoned my husband and told him what was happening. Since all of us had been just under this trauma and the pain was not going away, we were opting also to just go for the surgery as long as I would come out alive and the pain would go away. And at that point in time, to be honest, my faith had already gone down. And my prayer life had really gone down because at that point in time, I was thinking, at my age, I don't know what I'm wrong with. Some doctors are fearing that I might not walk because of the pain that was intense. And from my medical history, they were not too sure on what to operate on. So I was actually fearing that they might operate and still not find the problem with me. I was paranoid and I'd lost hope. I'd lost hope. The bills that were required for one scan, I would need 750, for another 365, close to 1,000. Surgery, I would need almost $3,000. And for the first surgery, I'd used almost about $3,000 for that surgery. So at the back of my mind, I was thinking that sort of amount of money, I no longer have it, but the situation is not getting better. You're going to doctors and you're still paying money, the situation is not getting better. You're taking painkillers, you're now immune to painkillers. Because I was now at a point where the last painkiller, and a doctor had actually informed me that I had been given the last painkiller, an injectable painkiller. The next painkiller they were going to give me was morphine, of which with my age, I was not supposed to be on morphine. So they had actually had to advise me that I just have to endure the pain because there is no painkiller that would take away this pain. So at that point in time, I was confused. Even if I have a headache, no painkiller was going to work for me because I had already abused painkillers, anticipating that the pain would go away, but the pain didn't go away. The first surgery had been a misdiagnosis. I did not have appendicitis. Neither had I shown was the appendix that was removed inflamed or malignant. It was just a normal appendix. The size of the appendix was normal. It had not enlarged and nothing whatsoever had been wrong with the appendix. So the removal of the appendix, the histology, the appendix histology result is the one that was built on the basis that there was no appendicitis. The appendix was not swollen, it did not want to rupture, and they had the blood test, a full blood count. Normally, to say that when a person has an appendicitis, the white blood cells are slightly elevated, but my ranges were very normal, and my ranges were clean. I had no sign of any acute appendicitis or any inflammation of the appendix. But that was only realized after surgery. After the incision was made, that is when the surgeon had to realize that it was not appendicitis. But still, the surgery he proceeded with the surgery and the appendix was removed. But after the surgery, the pain never changed. That was the cause of the query for other tests and for other medicals to be taken on me, because the pain never changed. The other scan then cited cysts, of which the first scan had ruled out any cyst, any visible cyst in the womb, in the on the lower abdomen, my ovaries. The first scan had not even identified or picked up any cyst, but the second scan had picked up that cyst, of which this cyst we said they would rupture. But the pain continued, the cyst did not rupture. That's what prompted the second surgeon to also require other further tests and another surgery. So during the service on the 17th of November, 2013, the youth service at City Sports Center, during the service when, after the man of God, Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa, had delivered a message about understanding the prophetic, that during the service, because of the pain that was intense, I could not sit. I was exchanging sides. At times I would kneel down, at times I would sit. The man of God, Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa, asked if there's someone who had a condition that I had been failed and needed God's power to heal them.
I'm looking for somebody who has got a condition that cannot be treated medically. They've already tried and it's not changing. And you want Jesus to correct it now. What I'm doing, I'm just trying to demonstrate this particular verse that we found. They are going to a prophet to inquire about the child that is sick, which means prophets are supposed to do something about sicknesses.
On my way to the pulpit, I was actually struggling to walk. I still couldn't walk. There was severe pain. So I had to walk supporting my stomach. Even when sitting, I had to support my stomach. I had to walk supporting my stomach. Even when I was praying during the church, I was supporting my stomach. The minute I let go of my hand, I struggle. So I would find comfort in supporting my stomach so that it would work properly. That's when the man of God inquired about my situation, and the situation was explained.
What is he saying?
Father, this lady has had low abdominal pain for some time. They initially made a diagnosis of appendicitis. They thought the appendix had a problem. So she underwent surgery and they removed the appendix, but the problem continued. And when they examined the appendix in the lab, it was normal. So the second diagnosis was of an ovarian cyst. And then they told her that it was going to burst. But now, from what she's saying, the doctors are confused. They don't even know what's happening to her. What they thought was the problem, they took away, but she still has the problem.
The man of God did not lay his hand on me. He prayed while he was at a distance. And when he lifted his hand, I felt a power coming onto me. I felt, I can't really explain the sort of sensation that I was feeling, but at that point in time, I lost the balance. I lost control over myself. I started feeling vibrations in my body. I started shaking. I didn't know what was happening. I felt that there was a power that was moving me. There was a power that was tossing me from the left and to the right. And this power was just moving up and down my body. I'd feel shivers, but at the same time, I couldn't control myself. Then, but something in my mind told me, this is it, this is my healing. So I started rejoicing and thanking God just during that time that that's my healing. So there's a time when all the shivers and the vibrations started to stop. And then the man of God asked me to stand up. And to my surprise, I stood up normally. Because usually when I was standing up, when I had previously had the pain, I would support my stomach. I would first touch the ground and struggle to stand up. But I stood up normally and I started to jump. I was so excited. I could jump, I could walk. The feeling, I was ecstatic. I couldn't believe I was walking. And the pain immediately ceased. The pain that I was feeling was very severe. Before prayer, I was actually struggling to sit. I would shift from the left side to the right side. I would struggle to sit. But at that point in time, I was ecstatic because I could do what I couldn't do. I could walk and I ran from that angle to another. That's something that I couldn't do for the past 2 months because I needed to support my stomach. But the pain ceased immediately. I want to thank God for this marvelous thing He has done for my life. And I didn't believe at that point in time when everyone else was now planning that I'm sure the second surgery would solve the solution. But I didn't need another surgery. I just needed the power of God. I'm still too happy also because I can walk normally. I can sit, and I feel I'm at peace now. I'm no longer stressed. I don't have any bills to think about. I can sleep peaceful nights because I know the power of God is still with me. And I thank God, and I thank God for you sending us and using his servant, Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa, who ministered healing to me. Right now, I can sit properly. I can sit for hours. I don't have to support myself with my hands. I don't have to sit in a funny way. And I thank God because I received his healing. And my family, and also everyone thanks God because we're just at that point in time whereby we had more faith in doctors now than faith in the hand of the Lord. But I thank God that I'm here now. I'm giving my testimony. It's because of him. Not that I deserved it, but I'm an undeserving person, but that's what God does. I believe he had a purpose for me. I would like to thank God for the man of God, Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa, and the woman of God, Prophetess Ara Makandiwa. And thank God for giving us a man after his own heart and for giving us a woman after his own heart. And thank you, God, because I received my healing, not because I deserved it, not because I'm special, not because I had so much faith than anyone else in that room, but because the man of God, Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa, had this also faith that in that day I was going to get my healing. I pray to God that God blesses the ministry, United Family International Church. God blesses the children of the ministry, and God continue to bless each and every servant of the ministry, every man of God in UFIC, and most of all, the man and the woman of God, Prophet and Prophetess Makandiwa. May God continue to do good wonders upon your life and your children. I'm delivered and I'm healed.
You're watching Instant Miracles.